Hey, all right. So let me expand my thoughts on what's her name? Eve's parents. Let's talk about that. Eve, like her parents, are like either didn't weren't raised, they were raised in such a way it's where like this is a normal thing. They never saw people who were had powers. Like it doesn't seem like in the show, like in the book comics, it seems like superheroes have been a thing. My question is like, is that not the same for the show? Like, there hasn't been that many people who not that many superheroes around in the Invincible show, or because Omni Man was a thing, the the that group that they had, or the Guardians of the Globe was there. So I'm like, did they not know who these people were, or were they just like sitting down under a rock? Like, yeah, superheroes hurt people. The government should definitely have not only insurance, but like, because the Marvel, right? Marvel has this thing called like this organization that cleans up after these events, right? They clean up after these events, and they kind of salvage all these buildings, right? Why does the Invincible verse not have that? Like, have a company or a construction insurance company where it builds up buildings stronger that can withstand these superhero events. That doesn't make sense to me. And it's like you're wasting so much money destroying these buildings and not having an organization to build these buildings up. And it's like, enemy you didn't know. She was too overconfident. Right? That's one thing I try to learn as an adult. Like, don't be too overconfident with something. Be enough. Be nervous. Like, be anxious enough to be careful. Don't be just be confident enough to just destroy everything. It doesn't make sense. Like, you're just too overconfident. She could have asked, "Hey, she we built the whole building and people got killed. I'm seeing like, are you guys like, Adam, like Eve? Do you not have anybody to train you how to use your powers?" So it seems like you're overconfident and just weird. It's like you make these massive errors that are deadly, and you choose not to get the get the correction or get the extra help. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And her parents are just trying to teach her, hey, be less confident of your abilities. Don't be too confident to where you think you can handle everything. I'm not saying she's a jerk or anything. I just think she's way too confident and doesn't have a mentorship to handle all these issues, right? And speaking, this is hard. Finding the mentorship is hard in 2023. Like in real life, I can't find a mentorship at all. I talk to my parents about issues. Like if it has to do with court, I talk to my parents. It has to do with insurance, I talk to my parents. Talk to my taxes. I have a guy for my taxes. I talk to people, right? I won't say they're my mentor, but it's like people help me out and I help them out. But it's just like it just seems like Eve is very like the whole superhero team, the whole like it's realistic. It's like it's kind of realistic how invincible it is, right? Because it's like it's not as safe or it's not as like orderly or as organized as the Marvel universe or the DC universe is. But kind of it seems like they're inept. It makes them seem very inept, especially when you read to the part where Rex, spoilers, Rex fixes everything. Like they couldn't do that. Like that's so hard, and it just feels like why. like no one gets training. No one has a full. Because I think I get Rex is a genius, right? I mean, not Rex. Robot's a genius, and he figures out all these plans, and he's a strategist. But it's like, okay, you couldn't train it. Like he couldn't fill anybody in because everyone would be against it. But it just seems to me like you couldn't just you couldn't just like tell Cecil. Like, is Cecil the guy not willing to listen to anybody? And what do you? Well, that's just like no one's prepared, and that no one is prepared in Invincible, and that's probably why it's so graphic. So everyone gets destroyed. No one's ready for anything. No one's prepared. There's only one strategist, robot. Excuse me, robot, and it's like I don't blame and for Eve being prepared to be a hero, but it's like you can seek out certain advice because there's so many people on this planet that are heroes that you can learn from. But I guess she doesn't. Like she can't learn from anything. But she doesn't really have good listening ears. Like listening to people, I don't have good listening ears myself. But like, at least I apologize for my mistakes. She's like, it's just really sad to see. But yep. All right. What's your thoughts on Emma and Eve? And like, I just feel like the whole Invincible story is like everyone's just really hoping to survive the next day, hoping to survive the next day without being attacked or like being jumped by a Viltrumite. It was just so like survival of the fittest, I guess. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.